Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a little minute since I have filmed a video like this, but I mean, here we are. Yeah. So today, if you guys have seen my other videos on Spider-Man games, I've done a suit rating video for both the other games, as well as some little challenges and stuff like that. But I haven't done one yet for Spider-Man 2, partially because it's been a little bit daunting. There's a lot. This is just for Peter, and that's not even considering all of the color. It's crazy. But I figured it was time. It's been a minute since the game came out, and the new suits came out yesterday. So I figured, best time I'll probably have to go ahead and make this video. So I'm gonna be doing both Miles and Peter today. Um, we're gonna see how it goes. It might take a minute. This might be a bit of a longer video, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. We have the Advanced Suit 2.0. Basically, just took the suit from the last game and, at least in my opinion, made it a lot better. This one's kind of dope as well. I think the original's my favorite here, but they're all kind of cool. This one's kind of goofy, if I'm being honest. But let's go ahead and go. For starters, the basic one, this one, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's not trying to be anything crazy, but it's good. This one I'm gonna say is only slightly lower for me, 7.5. I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. And then finally, it's kind of cool, but I wouldn't really use it much. I'd say 6.5 out of 10. I think is fair. And then, and I'll be honest, I don't have all these ones. These ultimate levels are ridiculously hard to get. I just played through the entire game again and got 2.5 super levels or ultimate levels or whatever. So I don't feel like grinding those out. I might watch a YouTube video at the end of this and show them off there and rate them from there. But for the starter one, it's great. They did a great job with it. I remember losing my mind when the teaser trailer came out for it, or whatever you want to call it, gameplay trailer. Yeah, 9 out of 10. And then this one's cool. But it's a little weird that the eyes are white, but then the other accents are red. Still kind of cool though. I prefer this one. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 though. Still very, very cool. Now, this one, which in my opinion is just better than the other one. I mean, so good. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason it's not a 10 is because I think this one's even cooler. I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. If we're talking symbiote-wise, 10 out of 10. It's simple, but it's so good. Especially using this one later in the game, because we get to this one and it's not bad by any means. I think it's cool. But if I'm gonna use an anti-venom suit, I might as well use this one, and that's what I did when replaying through the game. So this one still good. I'm gonna give this one a solid 7 out of 10. It's not bad, but this one's it's too good. Then we got the classic suit. Can't go wrong with it. I like it a lot. Solid 7 out of 10. This one's goofy. 4 out of 10. This one, I'd say it's the point of the classic suit is that it's the classic suit. And this one, it looked kind of cool, but it isn't the classic suit anymore. But 6 out of 10. And this one looks basically the same. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Obviously, the blue is a little different, but, it's still cool. Now we have the Scarlet 3rd edition suit. And this one, I'll be honest, first version isn't my favorite thing in the world, but it's not bad. I'll give it a 6. But then you get to this one, and my goodness, I think it's a huge upgrade from the first one. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And then this one, it doesn't really scream Spider-Man so much as the other ones, just because color-wise and all, it's a little out there, but I still think it's actually the coolest of them, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. And this one is solid. I'm going to give it a 7. Overall, not bad. And then we have the advanced suit from the first game. Again, this was great. I loved it. Solid 7 out of 10. Again, I don't know how to feel about this color blue with that color red. I feel like it looks kind of weird, but it's not the worst thing ever. I'd say it's better than some of the other ones. 5 out of 10. This is just cool. 8 out of 10. This one gives me Green Goblin vibes every time I look at it. I don't even know why, actually, but it's kind of cool. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Then Kumo. I think Kumo suit. It's kind of cool. It's not Spider-Man. I don't know what it is. It's really unique though. It's cool. That's for sure. I'm gonna give this one a 6. This one a 7. This one a 7. And this one a 7.5. Again, I don't want to base these like comparatively so much, but just like generally as a design, how cool is it? How good is it? So like, sure, if I'm comparing this against freaking amazing Spider-Man suit, then it's gonna get like a 4. But overall, as a design, I think it's pretty cool. Would I use it? Probably not. And looking at the weird shoe toe things kind of makes me want to lower the points. But overall, I think it's cool. Still, I'll rate it semi-highly. This is gonna take a minute. Then the hybrid suit. I mean, hey, it's good. It's solid. I like it. I don't have a single issue with it, but it's also not my favorite. Solid 8 out of 10. And yeah, this is what I used for the majority of my replay through of the game before I started using the symbiote ones. 10 out of 10. I love it so much. Andrew Garfield, probably my favorite Spider-Man, although I love them all. 10 out of 10 for sure. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really like this one. Personally, I like this one a little bit more. I'm still going to give this one a 9.5 though. Such a good suit. Then we've got the Spider-Man 2099. My goodness, I would have loved, and maybe we'll still get it, I would have loved a version from the Spider-Verse movies, but regardless, pretty cool. I'm going to give him a 7. This one kind of looks awesome. Reminds me a bit more Miles' color scheme, obviously, the red and black. Still awesome. 7.5. 7.5. And this one's kind of cool, but I'm going to give it a 6. And next, we've got the Scarlet Spider. I've always kind of liked this one. It's pretty nice. I'll give it a 7.5. I'll give this one a 7.5. I would never... I mean, okay, it's not bad. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I'll give it a 5.5. And again, this color scheme, I don't care for it that much. I'll give it a 4. The Superior Spider Suit. Ooh, I really like this one. Actually, I love this one a lot. And I don't think I used it like at all when I played through the game both times, but man, I really do like it. 8. 8. Ooh, I can't tell if I like it more or less. 7.5. And this one is kinda... It's a little out there for me, but I still think it's cool. I'll give it a 7. Maybe 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. Still cool though, still cool. And then hands down, my favorite suit of the first game. I loved it so much. Still do, I might add. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And then also, this one, which looks really bright in this lighting. It looks a little bit better normally. Also 10 out of 10. And then these ones are both pretty cool. I'll give them 8.5 both, I think. Maybe, yeah, no, I think that's fair. Yeah, love the suit. Favorite of last game, for sure. So good, so good. The Arachnite suit. I believe this was the pre-order suit. I thought it was really cool. Haven't used it much since release, but it's cool. I like it. I'll give it a 7. Honestly, I think 7's all around across the board. If I had to give one 7.5, maybe the first one, but I'd say 7 for all of them. They're all cool in their own way. I think it's pretty unique for sure. I like it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Also, I might just add, obviously this is just my opinion, and a lot of you guys are probably going to disagree with maybe all of them. And actually, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and roast me in the comments for how much you disagree with these ratings. But Into the Spider-Verse Noir suit, solid. They they gave us what we wanted. We wanted the cloak, and they gave it to us, and it is great. I like it a lot. 7.5, mainly because I wouldn't actually use it, but it's cool. I do like it. Homemade suit. Again, we're looking at it for what it is. Would I ever use it against, the anti-ox suit? No, I wouldn't. But it's cool for what it is. So I'm gonna give it a 7. As far as like homemade suits go, 7 I think is valid. Spider Punk. I thought this one was so fun in the first game. And honestly, all these versions are pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a 7 across the board. Actually, I feel like this one's gonna be a 6.5, but I like them all. The Secret Wars Civil War suit. This one's cool because of the wings that you use when you glide. I did really like that, and I do think that's gonna enhance the rating. It's cool. I'm gonna give it 7.5 actually. 7 and obviously 10 out of 10. I mean, come on. Actually, I'll give it an 8 though. I do think it's actually pretty great. The pants are. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man, but it's too good. I'm gonna give it an 8. Seriously. Iron Spider. This is a good one. They are really stinking shiny, but they look so cool. I'm gonna give the red and blue ones both 7.5, and then the white and gold and black and gold I'm gonna give 8s. Yeah, I think so. Pretty dang cool. I like them. Oh man. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Obviously, I know a lot of people would, and I'd say that's probably nostalgia hitting a little too hard, but I still think it is great. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. So good. Even though I do think tiny bit overrated. So good still. And then we have the upgraded classic. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, it looks good. This is one of my favorites, but like I feel like it's such a good representation of like at least what I picture when I picture Spider-Man. And I think it's great. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, no, 9. Solid. I do not like this suit if I'm being completely honest. It seriously, this looks like I picture this when I picture like those off-brand like Spider-Boy mobile games. It's just what I picture. 4 across the board probably. It's just what it looks like, and I can't unsee it. Upgraded suit, love it so much. Also a 9. Stealth suit I think is so good, but I'm gonna give it an 8, not quite that 9. And then the classic black suit. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Then you've got the more purple one. I think these are all really nice. And I'm gonna say 8 across the board. I think. Yeah, I think that's fair. The Iron Spider, one of my favorites from like the movies. I think it's great. I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. And then the new red and blue one, and this is the one that we saw at the end of the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, right? I'm almost certain. Pretty sure. And I think it looks great. Going for like a classic Spider-Man suit, but still like just a little bit extra like special, I think it's good. I think it's great. 9.5. And then we've got black and gold. I don't like this suit as much in game as I do in the movie, but I do think it's really good still, and I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a solid 8. Life story suit. I was expecting something really cool with this one based off the quests. If you don't know, the quests were like, I'm pretty sure it was like the eco ones for Harry's mom or Harry, or the whole mission's for like healing the world, not Venom's way, but and it was kind of a letdown. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just not great. I'm gonna give them 6 across the board. The Last Hunt suit. Okay, for those of you who don't know, and you'll see it when we get to Miles, but both of them have like this is like the only suit that they have that's like matching perfectly, and it's cool seeing them both like match just that perfectly. I love it. I think it's great. The first one's definitely my favorite look, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8.5, and I'm gonna give all the other ones a 7. I think they're still cool, but this one just takes it for me. Then we have the Saving Lives suit. I don't really remember this one if I'm being completely honest. Kind of reminds me of Power Rangers though, and I am digging it. A lot actually. I don't know. I don't remember the suit at all. I like it. I'm gonna give them a 7.5 across the board. I think it's cool. Spider-Man not so much, but Power Rangers, it looks pretty cool. The Arancha suit. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's kind of cool actually. Again, it almost gives Power Ranger vibes. I don't know why. Not as much as the last one, but pretty cool. 7, I'd say. The Apocalyptic suit. I do like this one a lot, actually. And this was one of the deluxe. Was that what it was for? Digital deluxe or whatever. Not totally sure on that, but I think there was 5 that came with that. It's cool. I think it's solid. I'm gonna give it a 7. Oh, this was one of those two. I remember now. 25th Century. This is just like a better version of the life story one. And this one I can actually get behind a little bit. It's actually kind of cool. I'm going to give it a 7.5 actually. I think it's pretty dope. Stone Monkey. I get where they're going with it. I get what they're going for. But the little like fluffy stuff on the wrists and the neck and all, it's not. I don't like it that much if I'm being honest. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. 6.5, maybe 6. Tactical suit. I think it's solid. Nothing too special though. I'm gonna give it a 7. And then we have the Hellfire Gala 2022 suit, Peter Parker's version, of course. I think it's kind of cool. It's like an abstract design. I like how the spider is like starting on his like arm versus the back or front, and I think it's kind of cool. But it's not my favorite. I'm gonna give it a 7. And on to the final 4 for Peter, and these are the ones that came out yesterday. We have the Peter B. Parker suit from Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, hey, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's great. Can't go wrong with it. I'm gonna give it an 8. Great movies. Oh my gosh, my voice today. The Last Stand suit. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm gonna give the first 3 all a 6. And then I'm gonna give the last one a 3. I think. No, I'll be a little more generous. A 4. I don't like it that much though. And then we have the motor chick. That's definitely not how you say it, but it's weird and it's wacky, and I kind of like it. And the final one almost looks like he'd be a prisoner, but it's kind of cool. I'm gonna give these last 3 all a 6, and the first one like a 5. Yeah, I think that's valid. The fluoro suit. This one I think is actually pretty cool. I really like this one. I'm gonna give this one a 7, and then the middle 2 7.5, and I think the last one is 7 as well. I think it's pretty cool. And again, it was part of a free update. You can't complain about new suits even if they aren't your favorite. It's valid. I think these ones are valid. I like it. On to Miles. Let's go. We have the upgraded suit, of course, for this game, and then you can get the one that looks more like Peter if you so choose. Starting off, solid 8. I think it's good. These 2 middle ones I'm gonna give a 7. And man, the white and red for Spider-Man I think looks so good. At least Miles, so good. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. The evolved suit. Man, the suit has caught a lot of hate. It is actually insane, and I don't see it. It's not his best suit, but I don't see why people hate it so much. I think it's kind of cool. I'm gonna give it a 7. Um, and then the next three I'm gonna give 6.5. It's not his best thing ever, that is for sure, but I do think it's pretty good. I do think it's pretty good. Family business one. Um, ooh, that little like whatever effect. It looks like electricity coursing through it. Kind of goes crazy. First three solid sevens, I'd say. Last one, it's a little funkier. 6.5, not bad, not great. Classic suit. I think is great. I'd say it's pretty much on par with this one. And if I hadn't seen this one, I would probably give this one an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because the other one's just better in my opinion. Um, but these last three are pretty cool. I'm gonna give them both or all 6s. I think that's fair. Life story suit, but Miles fits him a lot better. I think. I'm gonna give these first three 5.5. I think that's even like lower than I gave Peter's, but the more I look at it, the more I dislike it. But the gold one's kind of cool. I'll give it 6.5. Sportswear, I like it. It it, it goes kind of crazy. I know I say it goes kind of crazy. I'm still gonna give it like a 7, but I do think it's cool. I think it fits Miles. I think it's solid for sure. Brooklyn 2099 suit. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like these ones all look different than they actually look in game in this little area, which is fine. But I do think the red and blue ones look the best, and I do think they look quite cool. Actually, I'm gonna give them a solid 8.9. Whoa, yeah, 8.5 actually. I was gonna say almost 9, but that's a little extreme. And I'll give these ones an 8. I do think it's a cool look though. I really do like it. Yeah, solid, solid. Tracksuit. This was a pretty fire one from the last game, and I think they did a good job with the colors. I think even this one, which is like out there, it's like kind of cool, and I'm just gonna give them all 8s across the board. Solid. This suit was one of my favorites from the last game, and the styles go crazy. The gold one, so good. I'm gonna give them all a 9. Is that crazy? I feel like it's crazy, but that's what I'm gonna do. I really like this one a lot. The smoky eyes, so good, so good. Yeah, 9 across the board. Advanced suit. I said it before. The white and red. I love it so much, and with the metallicness of it, this is a good one. I'm gonna give the white and red one a 9, and the first and last one 8, and then this one not doing it for me. It's the same colors that you guys know I don't like it that much. 4.5 because I do think it's a little bit better than the others. Actually 5. Then we have the Shadow Spider suit, which again pre-order I believe. And I think it's good. I actually really enjoy it. The capes, it throw me off a little because it's Spider-Man. I'm just not used to it, but I do think it's cool, and I'm gonna give them a 7 across the board. Yeah, 7. They look the same from behind. The 2020 suit. I really liked this one, especially in the game, and I feel like the versions are solid. I'm gonna give it 8.5 across the board. I think it's good. If I had to pick one, I'd say probably the original or the last one is better than the others, but I think they're all pretty equally good. Miles' homemade suit, I think it's worse than Peter's. Um, and the styles don't really make me think otherwise. This one's terrible. I'm gonna give this one a 1 out of 10, and the rest I'm gonna give like 5 out of 10. It's those same colors I hate, but on just an even like worse looking suit. I'm not usually too harsh with suits, but Forever suit, obviously Black Panther inspired, and man, it looks good. I rocked this one for a hot minute in my first playthrough. Um, Honestly, all of them I'd say are pretty equal. If anything, the black one I think a little bit better. I'm gonna give this one a 9, and all the others an 8.5. I think that's yeah. The Bodega Cat suit. I love this one so much. Don't ask me why, I just do. And the fact that you can get him with like Miles's mask on as well in these ones, I think is great. This green one might be my favorite. It's so good, but I think they're all just so fun. I'm gonna go 7 across the board. I know, kind of crazy for a simple suit, but it's what we're rocking with. And then we got the Purple Rain suit, obviously Prowler, themed. And I think it's great. Love the eyes on all of them, but I think especially this one, so cool. I'm gonna give it 6.5 across the board. I think it's solid, but not my favorite. I do think it's cool though. Into the Spider-Verse suit, it's good. It's great. Can't go wrong with it. 9. Yeah, 9. Into the Spider-Verse. This is a fun one. It's funny. It's great. 8.5. I like it though. In suit. This one goes like, I don't know why, but I love it so much. 8.5 for all of them except for this purple one. And I'm gonna give it an 8. I don't like it a lot less, but I do like it less for sure. The 10th anniversary suit. I'm pretty sure this is one that gets a lot of hate. And I kind of see why, but I kind of don't. It's like, I like it and I don't at the same time. This one I don't like too much. Ooh, this is a difficult one. I'm gonna give it across the board 6.5, except for this red one here. I'm gonna give a 6. Not terrible by any means, just not my favorite. Probably my favorite suit from the Miles game, the programmable matter one, and man, the bonus versions of this one, so good. My goodness. 9.5 across the board. I love this one. Strike suit, not bad. Not my favorite though. I'm gonna give it 7 across the board. I do think it is nice though. I think it's great. This was my suit for Miles right here, this version specifically, like almost the entire time I played this until I swapped the symbiote version at the very end of one of his. I really like it. This one, have I given it 10 out of 10 for Miles yet? I don't think I have, and I don't know if this, I'm gonna say 10. It's kind of crazy, I know, but I'm gonna say 10 for this one and 9 for the rest. I really like this one. It's simple. It's shield, which is just cool, and I like it a lot. Looks great in the cinematics. The Great Responsibility suit. Oh my gosh. Let's be honest. Is anyone really using this? It's not bad, but like, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna go 5.5 across the board. Yeah, 5.5. It's fair. Ooh, okay, we're getting into some bangers. Dark Ages suit. Now this one, I can't tell if I like the hood or not, but you can't tell me it's not cool. I mean, I think it looks so good. The white and black ones of all the symbiote ones are just so good, so good. I'm gonna give this one a 9, and the rest, as far as symbiote suits go, 7.5. But I do think they are good. Just compared to the others, I don't know how they hold up. The Best There Is suit. Unfortunately, I don't think it's the best there is. This is my least favorite. I don't like it that much, but these other ones are pretty cool. And obviously, I mean, come on, it's Wolverine. You can't hate it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 across the board, except the first one, which I'm gonna give a 6. I just don't think the red fits it as well. The the Crimson Cow, another one of my favorites from the first one. Um, I don't think. Ooh, okay. The blue one actually is kind of crazy, and I don't think I've ever used it. There's so many of these I haven't actually even used, which is kind of crazy. Um, Ooh, this is actually kind of a difficult one. I'm gonna give the first one an 8 and the rest 7.5. I think I think that's fair. It takes a lot for me to like hate a suit because I really just don't hate any of them. There's some that I'm like, eh. But it is I'm pretty picky about which ones I give a 10 out of 10 because it has to be like perfect in my eyes. And this one is good. The movie's incredible. The movies carry the suit. If it wasn't for the movies, like if I just saw this, I don't think it'd be a 10 out of 10. And I don't know if I want to give it it's I'm gonna give it a 9.9. It is really good, but I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10. This one's I love this one a lot. I think every version of it is just terrifying and amazing. White and Black's my favorite. This is probably gonna be the one for the thumbnail that I'm gonna use is this suit here. It's great. I love it, and just like the thumbnail says, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I think across the board, actually. I think it's such a good one. 10 out of 10 across the board. Mental, but that's yeah. And then the King in Black. Man, I love this one so much as well. It's got such a cool look. Ooh, middle two we're gonna get 9.5s, and the other ones, the first and last 9, I think is solid. I love it. The Barish, not even close. Baricua, not. I know it's not, but that's what we're gonna call it. It's cool. It gives America vibes. Unless it's a different flag, and I'm really dumb. But I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it, but I don't love it. I'm gonna give it a 7 across the board. The Smoke and Mirrors suit, obviously Mysterio. Kind of shocking they didn't make this a suit for Peter. I mean, obviously, I know in the game the Mysterio missions were for Miles, so in that sense it makes sense. But I always kind of thought of Mysterio as more of a Peter villain. But regardless, this is what we're rocking with. And I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5 across the board, except this one. I'm gonna give an 8 because it's basically the same as the first one, but I feel like I like the more purple than green, and it kind of ruins that ratio a bit. But I still think it's good, so 8 for me. And then we've got the most dangerous game suit, obviously the one we talked about earlier, matching Peter. I kind of forgot what ratings I gave those. That's how you know it's not scripted, I guess. But I'm gonna give it an 8.5, and then the rest 8s. Solid. I like it a lot. The City Sounds one, it's kind of dumb, but it's kind of fun at the same time, and I weirdly really like it. It almost gives me like the different houses of in Harry Potter vibes. I don't know why. Maybe that makes me a nerd, but I do really like it. I'm gonna give it an 8 across the board. That's kind of crazy, but it's fun. Encoded Suit. I love this one a lot. I'm 9 off the bat. Really cool. I believe this again is from the deluxe edition. Which, if you guys didn't see the back, I did get the collector's edition because I was way too excited for this game. But I will say it lived up a lot. It's my favorite game. I think I'm coming up on 70 hours in it, so nothing crazy, but I do love it a lot. Definitely worth it. Biomechanical Suit. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna say like 8.9. Not quite as good as this one, but still I really like it. The Tokusatsu suit. I don't know if I said that right at all, but it's kind of cool. Kind of gives that biker like helmet look almost. I think it's cool. I think it's solid. I'm gonna give it an 8. The Agamat. I think this one looks way better in game, but it's still not my favorite. But I still don't dislike it. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna give it a solid 7. The Red Spectre suit. I've seen some hate on this one for sure, but I do think it's pretty good. 7. The Hellfire Gala 2023 Miles suit. Isn't the Peter one 2022, or am I crazy? Not. Okay. I don't love it. If I'm wanting to wear a dapper suit, I'm gonna wear this one. This one's not my favorite. I'm gonna give it complete medium 5. Don't hate it. Don't like it. Okay. And here we are at the new 4 from yesterday's update for Miles now. Animated suit, of course, from the previous game. Solid. 7. The Uptown Pride suit. This one was actually, I thought it was pretty cool in the first game. And I think it looks cool in this one as well. This one, Deadpool vibes almost, to be honest, and I'm digging it. I'm gonna give this one a 9 and the others an 8. Just because it looks like Deadpool, it's a 9. But the others are cool. I think they're good, solid. The Jinja suit. Don't know how that's actually said, but that's what I like to think. The first one looks kind of goofy, if I'm being honest. But the other ones I think are kind of cool. So I'm gonna give the other ones all a 7, and this one I'm gonna give like a 6. Yeah, 6. Just not my favorite. The Metro suit. The pants kind of weird me out a little bit on this one, but the mask on this first one almost gives me Moon Knight vibes, and I don't know why fully, but I like it, and like I do like it a lot. I'm gonna give this one an 8, and the others a 7. I think it's good. It's not the best though, but I do think it's good, and yeah, I like the first one a good bit. And we're done. Okay. That took a minute, to be honest. A lot of suits, a lot of colors, but yeah, not too bad. Definitely a fan of the symbiote suits, if that wasn't obvious. Going to probably my favorite suits from both. These just such a cool combo in all the cinematics, bro, with these both on. It was so cool. Absolutely loved it. If you guys haven't played Spider-Man 2 and have a PS5 to play it on, I would highly recommend. It's so good, so good. But yeah.
One of those heroes.
Yeah,
Author,
it's great.
journalist,
Finished
and
the story. Obviously, haven't finished the whole game in New Game Plus. But yeah, finished the story earlier. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, the suits. I think most of them are absolutely solid. Some of them are incredible, and some of them are, hey, they're not the worst thing, but they're not the best. Overall, amazing. And there is a lot. You got a lot to choose from. And that's the great thing, is nobody's going to agree on what the best one is. And there's such a wide variety that some that I hate, people are going to love. Some that I love, people are going to hate. But there's just enough that everyone's going to have one that they love. Statistically, surely. So, that's great. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Did that all in one take, a little bit out of breath, kind of been yapping for however long this video's been. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun recording it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.